Let's talk about Opaline. She's supposed to be the villain that's pitted up against Sunny and the main five, but she hasn't really done much lately. So could there be another villain hidden in plain sight?
1, 2, 3, let's go!
For those that don't know, a few months ago I made a video on Opaline not really being the main villain of Sunny's era. And if you haven't watched that yet, go check it out. But for those that have, you should already know what I'm talking about. Opaline hasn't been the most competent villain. While her main goal is to absorb the magic in Equestria and rule over it, she hasn't really gotten any closer to achieving her goal since the first time we saw her. In fact, all she's done is send Misty out to do a mission and fail, almost as if she was waiting for someone else to act first. So let's face it, there's no way a competent villain would constantly send the same minion to the same place over and over again just to fail. Well, unless she didn't have a choice. Throughout history, the villains of Equestria have always worked alone, with the exclusion of the changelings. So why would Opaline have someone ruling over her from the shadows? Well, the answer actually comes from the past. At the start of Twilight's rule of Equestria, all three pony tribes had turned on each other, thanks to the villains that had been defeated prior. And for the first time in Equestrian history, they won. Well, at least until the powers of the main six and the student six blasted the magic out of them. But that's not important. What is important is that for the first time in Equestrian history, the villains won because of their own unity. Add that to Opaline and things start to make sense. Or does it? There's another side to this because Opaline isn't really the type that'll work well with anyone that she perceives as an equal or anyone that's above her. So why would she just send Misty out to fail? Well, the answer is right in front of us, and it comes down to one piece of evidence.
Little Opaline! I did it! Keep me by a blast with a purple heart, just like you asked. Finally! That's better.
It's strange, right? Why would Opaline send Misty to get a smoothie when she could just go get one herself? And yeah, maybe she didn't want to draw attention to herself, but even that doesn't add up. Especially when you realize that Opaline could have easily tricked Sunny into thinking that they're both the last of the Alicorns. Then she could have offered to teach Sunny lessons about how to control her powers, giving Opaline access to the Unity Crystal. But she doesn't. Or maybe she can't. Think about it. Every time we see Opaline, she's always in her castle, never outside of it. But maybe that's because she can't leave her castle. And that's why she sends Opaline to accomplish all of her goals. That's why Opaline hasn't made her way to Maritime Bay. But why would Opaline be stuck inside of her castle? Could she have been sealed by Twilight? Or maybe her type of Alicorn can't survive without a certain amount of magic. I guess for now we'll never know. But what do you think? Is Opaline really trapped inside of her castle? And if so, how'd she meet Misty? Share your thoughts in the comments. And as always, if you liked the video, slash that like button. Subscribe today to join the rest of the Strikers, and until next time, hoof to heart. I also want to thank all of my patrons for all of their love and support, especially my Investigator tier patrons. Princess Sam, Scarmex, Trailblazer. All of you are amazing, and thank you for your support. And if you want to support me too, follow the link in the description to my Patreon. And I'm Windstriker, flying off until next Friday. Hoof to heart, everyone.